Welcome to the Fields page of the Trellis Dashboard app. And what you can see here is under indicator, we have a individual reading for sensor 29. And you can name these sensors whatever you would like to. Even though it says sensor, what it really is the probe, either watermark or Centec probe, and this number would be the average of the individual sensors on the probe. Whether that's a 4-foot probe or a 10-inch probe, ultimately we're just getting the moisture, the average moisture for wherever those sensors might be on the probe. The status is online, just showing that if there was a problem with it, it would show offline. Same thing with the base station. We see that both of these are online and running. As a reminder, there is no limit to the number of sensors that'll go to one base station. It's just however many can be within that range of 2 miles each direction from the base station, or 10 to 12 mile area if you have that base station centered. Down here we see the rainfall and irrigation totals since planting. The planting date here, if you have the tipping bucket rain gauge add-on, that's through Davis Instruments, that's going to be on-site rainfall, and that can either go with the sensor in the field or it can be with the base station in that central location. So you have on-site rainfall. If you don't have that rain bucket, then we're using rainfall data from NOAA. The graph you see here is the average soil moisture. And that's taking the average of all of your sensors in the field, and then the dotted line is your projected average. So again, for that projected average, we're using the sensor, field, and weather data to make predictions about how we would expect each individual sensor to dry out. So we're combining these predictions for all the sensors in each field to come up with a prediction of when the average moisture of the field will cross into that dry zone. So for that irrigation recommendation that you saw on the fields page, that's where this is coming from, is when are we going to expect that the projected average crosses into your irrigation zone, based of course off of soil texture and crop type. So you can see here how the sensors are responding to rain and irrigation events at the bottom. That's what this is showing. The light blue is your rainfall and the dark blue is your irrigation. So if you have the tipping bucket rain gauge in the field, we are able to auto detect irrigation events. If you don't have it in the field, so if it's with the base station, or if you don't have it at all and we're just pouring in the NOAA data for rainfall, then the irrigation totals, if you wanted to see that, would have to be manually inputted with this irrigation button up at the top here. In all likelihood, there is more than 1 inch of irrigation in this field, but since it's a demo account, it's not being logged.